computers are essentially anything machines. I mean, those of us who were introduced to computers in the 70s, as I was, we were introduced to computers with no software. We didn't know what software was. There was just a computer, and then you would decide to make it do something. So I was introduced to this technology thinking of computers as anything machines. And that experience changed the way I looked at everything else. Everything I looked at after that became a discussion, became an argument, became something that was up for grabs. I feel like people look at the digital technologies that they receive from the perspective of consumers. They know. They want to know, what can this thing do, rather than what can I make it do. I mean, talk to anybody under 17 and ask them, what is Facebook for? What will they tell you? They'll tell you, Facebook is here to help me make friends. Right? And what is Facebook for? Go to the boardroom if they have one. I mean, go to the boardroom at Facebook, and what do they do? What is Facebook for? Facebook is there to help companies monetize the connections, the relationships between young people, or to create what they're calling social marketing opportunities. I mean, what is it for is not what it's for, right? What it's for is something different. Everybody is really so busy writing about, what is technology doing to us? What is digital technology doing to us? What is Google doing to us? And I so don't care about what technology is doing to us. I care about, what are we doing to one another through technology? Right? Technology is not doing anything to you, right? It's people that are doing things to you, at least for the time being, right? Because these things, believe it or not, that they're made by people in rooms. They make the code. These are human creation. So because people can't or won't learn programming, because they won't take 2 weeks and learn Scratch, right? Because they won't do Lego Mindstorms because they think it's too much of a mathematical challenge, because they've forgotten long division and don't want to be reminded that they don't know what an algorithm is, we aren't going to teach this generation, the next generation, or probably the next generation, how to program as a basic literacy skill. It took human beings 2,000 years to decide to learn the 22-letter alphabet, right? It was elites, it was rabbis, and priests and kings who knew how to do that, even though, what does it take? It takes your kindergarten year to learn what that alphabet is, and then you can read. It took people a long time to get that. It'll take them a long time to get this too. I look at the invention of language, terrific thing. But people didn't just learn how to listen, they learned how to speak. Right? Look at the invention of text. People didn't learn just how to read, they learned how to write. And now we get the invention of digital technologies, and people learn how to use them, but not how to program them. As if, and this is the argument they make, as if, well, I can drive a car, but I don't know how to fix the engine. As if the relationship between the user and programmer of a piece of technology was that of a driver and an auto mechanic. But it's not the relationship of a driver and an auto mechanic, it's the relationship of the driver and the passenger. Right? I'm not asking that people know how to open up their computers and replace the power supply or fix the screen luminescence. I'm asking that they understand how to use the machine. To use a computer is to program. And I think that's to me is the important question. This is as big as text, and things will arise from this as big as Judeo-Christianity, as big as the industrial age, as big as centralized currency. We are on the edge of something so potentially great, it could make it so we don't all die in the next couple of centuries. It really could. We could flip this thing. And I think people need to get that.